Welcome. Let's take a look at our top story. German vaccine maker CureVac has started human trials of an experimental vaccine for COVID-19. CureVac is the second company to launch human trials of an experimental coronavirus vaccine in Germany. Reports in German media indicate that we will have early indications about the trial results in about 2 months' time. Germany's economic minister said that the country will buy a stake in CureVac after reports that the US was eyeing the firm and its coronavirus vaccine. The US was reportedly trying to secure exclusive rights over the vaccine. Through the reports, we know that these have been denied by CureVac and US officials, and it spurred the German government into action. Germany unveiled a plan to invest 300 million euros into the company for a 23% stake. CureVac, a private biotech group, is also planning a listing on the New York-based NASDAQ exchange next month. CureVac was one of the early starters in the vaccine race. As of now, 11 human trials for COVID-19 vaccines are underway around the world. Germany also teamed up with France, Italy and the Netherlands to supply resources for vaccine development programs in Europe. Now, Daniel Winter, our DW correspondent, joins us live from Berlin for more on this. Good afternoon and thanks for being with us. German vaccine maker CureVac started human trials of this experimental vaccine. What is the latest that you have for us?
Well, Germany is not for sale. Those were the words of Economy Minister Peter Altmaier back in March when, as you mentioned, President Trump's administration attempted to pay $1 billion in order to get exclusive rights to the vaccine that CureVac was making. Well, now Germany is taking a 23% stake in the company for 300 million euros. And that should help shield the company from being taken over by foreign entities, and alongside a law which was passed in May which allows the government to take unilateral action to block any particular takeover of a foreign entity of healthcare companies in Germany. Now, Altmaier also says that when it comes to the trials and the development of this vaccine, taking a stake in the company should help accelerate development and allow the company to harness the full potential of its technology, but noted that the government would not meddle in the day-to-day affairs of CureVac.
Right, we know that there are, as of now, around 11 human trials underway around the world, and German media indicate that with this trial, we should have indications, early indications about the results in about 2 months.
Yeah, that's right. So CureVac is launching these human trials, and that initial phase will take just 2 months. But don't get your hopes up for a final vaccine just yet, because there'll need to be further trials in the autumn, and then approval could come at around spring. And then around mid-2021, that's when a vaccine, if these trials go to plan, would be available to the public. So there's still a long way to go, and even that is a shorter timeline than it takes for most, even huge pharmaceutical companies, to develop vaccines, which is normally a multiple-year timeline. And another German company, BioNTech, already began human trials back in April, and so the competition here in Germany, certainly, to find that vaccine is really hotting up.
Absolutely, and Germany has also teamed up with countries like France, Italy, as well as the Netherlands to supply resources for vaccine development programs in Europe. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, so they've basically bought 300 million doses of AstraZeneca's experimental vaccine. So that should be enough to supply most of the people in the EU. And they say if all goes to plan, that will be distributed equally according to population inside the EU. However, the value of that contract has not been revealed to the public. And that's particularly controversial, seeing as it is an experimental vaccine. We don't even know if it'll work yet. But the health minister here in Germany, Jens Spahn, said that it was absolutely necessary and about time for Europe to catch up with the rest of the world, seeing as many other countries have already bought up capacity for the manufacture of a coronavirus vaccine. Even though there are no completed trials yet, the experimental vaccines are already being manufactured just in case. And now the virus has already killed more than 450,000 across the world, and with more than 7 million people infected, the pressure is on to find that vaccine for the coronavirus.
Absolutely, Daniel. The sooner the better. That's our DW correspondent, Daniel Winter, bringing us the latest there on Germany's investment in a vaccine.